According to the Raising the Bar book, the game was supposed to start with the G-Man waking us up and showing what had happened to the world in the last 10 years. The player would have seen a city change from this to this before waking up on a train, just like in the retail. Proto Trainstation from June 2003. The path the player has to take is very different. There are some stairs here that do not lead anywhere. Yet. And the part where the citizens are contemplating whether to go through the checkpoint or not is not present. We go from the train straight to being detained. Next is Trainstation 01, Edit 01. The train is on a different track, and after getting out, you need to go up these stairs to get to a place that ended up being cut before getting detained, and yeah, Barney is not here yet, but let's pretend he is. The idea for the third prototype was for the player to be escorted by a metro cop upon arrival. The stairs still lead to the cut Half-Life 2 section, but everything else kind of already feels and looks like retail, except for the design of the train we were in. The area where the Vortigaunt mops the floor in retail did not used to have a locked door. The citizens get sent to Nova Prospect and Mr. Squidward comes to save the day. Trainstation 01 LD is where Valve realized that having the player go up some stairs in the first minute of gameplay might not be a good design choice, and decided to completely remove that part. Version 5 starts with a longer train ride. Green Monitor spews propaganda.
Please proceed to the next platform.
This is my third transfer this year.
Somehow the stairs returned. Metrocop holds all other citizens here, tells you to move on. Citizens get sent to Nova Prospect again, Barney saves us, and he seems to be holding a pistol instead of being empty-handed. Now let's listen to the dialogue. I feel like the beta does a better job at explaining what is going on.
It's me, Gordon. Remember? Barney from Black Mesa.
It's me, Gordon. Barney from Black Mesa.
Sorry for the scare. I had to put on a show for the cameras.
Hey, sorry for the scare. I had to put on a show for the cameras.
I've changed a lot more than you have. I've been working undercover as a hack.
I've been working undercover with civil protection.
Yes, Barney, what is it? I'm in the middle of a critical test.
Yes, Barney, what is it? I'm in the middle of a critical test.
Sorry, Doc, but look who's here.
Sorry, Doc, but look who's here.
Good grief. Gordon Freeman. I expected more warning.
Great Scott! Gordon Freeman! I expected more warning.
Hey, you and me both. He was about to board the express to Nova Prospect.
Yeah, you and me both, Doc. He was about to board the express to Nova Prospect.
Well, Barney, what do you intend?
Well, Barney, what do you intend?
I'm thinking. Okay, you want him in your lab, right?
If you can get him here, but what's to keep him from being picked up by the street scanners?
He's not in the human index. Once that registers with the system, there's gonna be trouble. But for now, he's transparent. Listen, I'll do what I can to get him to your place.
Whatever you think is best.
Alex is around here somewhere. She would have a better idea how to get him here.
Oh, as long as he stays away from checkpoints, we should be okay.
I gotta go, Doc. We're taking enough chances as it is.
Listen, I gotta go, Doc. We're taking enough chances as it is.
Very well. And, Gordon, good to see you.
Very well. And, Gordon, good to see you.
Look here, Gordon. That's the Terminal Plaza. Look for citizens wearing a Lambda. Talk to them and they'll help you on your way. Whatever you do, keep away from the hacks. Anyone who looks like me, right?
Okay, Gordon. You're gonna have to make your own way to Dr. Kleiner's lab. Oh, man, that's what I was afraid of. Get in here, Gordon, before you blow my cover.
Listen, just keep a low profile. I'll meet up with you later.
Pile up some stuff to get through that window and keep going till you're in the plaza. I'll meet up with you later.
The map ends with Barney opening a door for us and... this looks kind of familiar. Next up, Trainstation 02. In retail, you pick up that can, watch a Breen speech, notice the big citadel in the distance, explore the city, see some citizen harassment, get into a building and load into the apartment section. The beta was very different. Before even starting the comparison, I have to mention that the map used to be a lot bigger. Matter of fact, it was so big that Valve decided to cut it into two different parts. The first half got cut from retail, but I still believe it's a good idea to to talk about it. Let's start with the first half of C1701. Most of you probably already know this place. The idea was for the player to get a quick feel of the city. We see a train, some dropships, a car driving by, some gas mask citizens doing something, and a metro cop protecting a street sign. Version 16 of the first half is where Valve decided to make everything a bit more foggy and atmospheric. A fire was added, the fences were replaced with combine walls, and the metro cop is now stuck in a box. Loser. Moving on to C170135, the mappers did not seem to have any idea how to make the map interesting, so they added in a random combine wall that closes when the player gets too close to it, and a new area has been implemented, although it's impossible to explore it without cheats. C170142. The combine wall has been pushed back, and a new door has been added which leads to a factory where citizens can be seen doing labor for the combine. I found a room with stalkers while no clipping around. Their models are terrifying. C170156. The factory was changed to give you a better look at the citizens. For some reason, Alex is here, and the room with the stalkers now has a door. Also, it's finally possible to use this path to move past the weird combine door. C170171. The gas mask citizens have been replaced with children. Yep, that's right. Half-Life 2 was supposed to have child labor. Imagine that with better sound design, holy crap. Version 80. The spawn point was changed, a new scripted sequence was added, the environment received some more detail, and yeah. Moving on to Factory 08, it looks like the mappers were experimenting with different perspectives for this area. In 2002, Valve decided to change this map's name to Garage 01. More detail was added, the stupid combine wall got removed, and the ladder going down was replaced with stairs. Garage 0132. The factory seems to have a lot less citizens in it, metro cops can be seen guarding the place, and these moving things, I don't know what they are, were put in to 100% confirm that this is indeed a factory. Garage 0132 inside is a darker version of the factory, which ends up being used in the later builds. By May of 2002, Valve was getting ready to showcase their work at E3 and decided to change the name of the map again, this time to E3 Industrial 001. The room with the child labor was closed off, and all citizens in the factory got replaced with children. Over the next few builds, everything stayed the same, except for the factory, which kept receiving small changes that do not really matter. Now, because the combine wall that was blocking the player from just skipping the entire map got removed a couple of maps earlier, Valve realized this map layout did not work at all and threw it in the bin. And that leads us to the second half of what would later become Trainstation 02. C1701 Half-Life 2000. You were originally supposed to come from this direction. Some gas mask citizens seem to be waiting in line for something. Here's what would later become this. The Citadel is not yet present, and the path you have to take is very different and confusing. Go down some stairs, get to a train station, go up some stairs, see everything from above, and that is it. By C1715, a product shop was put here. The Combine received some fancy new walls, and everything else was still very confusing. Around 1 year later, Valve changed the name of the map to C17 Plaza. The starting area is much bigger and looks a lot more similar to the retail. The shot of the Citadel in the distance is awesome, even in the beta. Other than that, I still have no idea what Valve was trying to do here. They decided to add a new path that allows the player to go up an elevator to skip the entire stairs part. Basically, they were trying to make the game a lot less linear, but it clearly did not work out. Plaza 02 redo. What used to be a product shop is now a cyber cafe. In Plaza 03, the cyber cafe got replaced with J. Hauptmann's men's sportwear wholesale and retail and minis products? What? Plaza 05. The elevator looks better, but on the downside, it's slower than your grandma. The name of the map then got changed again, this time to Terminal 01. The gas mask citizens are back, some propaganda screens and posters can now be seen all over the city, and they still had no idea how to make all of this a fun, playable experience. In Terminal 0115, the Citadel is gone, and the elevator is much faster. Terminal 0119 features one of the most pointless features ever, the ability to go on top of the train station. You can tell Valve was trying, but nothing was working. The Citadel is back and every combine wall has been removed to make the map a bit more open. For those who are saying that the beta was more fun, trust me, it was not. Walking on these roads was way more fun than waiting for a stupid elevator to come down. In Terminal 0126, things get a bit more interesting. The Citadel model gets replaced with a more shiny one, and that right there is Terminal Hotel, a building that is still present in the final build. Valve decided it would be a good idea to showcase this map at E3 2002, and decided to make a lot of changes. E3 Terminal 015. My notes say horse statues and cables. What? The stairs part got replaced with something a lot better. Combine soldiers, combine guards, combine snipers, cremators and combine assassins roaming the city. Take a look at the assassin. E3 Terminal 022. A strange open doorway was put here. What does it mean? I don't know, nobody does. The Combine guards are now hostile, and look at that, a Strider. I can see what inspired this part in the final build. E3 Terminal 027. New citizens. E3 Terminal 034 is where a lot of new scripted sequences were put in. First is this one, which shows some Metro cops arresting 2 citizens, and then you missed, dumbass. The Combine army seems to be a lot smaller, and a citizen can be seen on top of a building. E3 Terminal 037. The Combine army is big again, and some of the soldiers seem to be holding City 17 flags. The citizens on top of the building throw down explosives and a big fight starts. Look at that, a ladder that skips the entire old elevator section. It leads straight to the rooftops, where the player finds 2 citizens and a shotgun. Fun fact, friendly fire was on during the beta. Unfortunately, they still had no idea how to end the map, so And finally, E3 Terminal. The citizens have different models, and the battle between the Combine and the Rebels does not seem to have the crazy explosions from the previous version. In 2003, the developers decided enough is enough and remade everything from scratch. Trainstation 02 from 2003. The train station finally has an interior. Dr. Breen's monitor is missing, and no NPCs seem to have been added yet. Dr. Breen's private reserve did not seem to exist back then, and instead we got cold drinks. Going out.
Hey, psst, buddy. Over here. Barney's friend, right? Stick with me. Gotta see about getting you some papers, then we can get you where you're going. Stay close to me. I can't guarantee your safety if we get separated.
Man, leave me alone. Going out, the view of the Citadel is a bit different. And some of the buildings have completely different names, like Hotel Metropole, Northern Patrol, which is a logo that ends up getting used on the containers in the final build of Highway 17, and a souvenir shop that actually survived development. These stairs were here, anyway they got removed, so yeah. By this point, the story was much different.
You again. Hey, wait a minute. Told you not to come around here. Hey, you've got the wrong guy. You had your last warning. This must be some kind of mistake. That guy's bad news. Stay away from him. Mind your own business. Lucky I don't bust you for keeping bad company.
The weird citizen is one of Barney's friends. His goal is to get beaten up by some Metro cops, so the player can get into a souvenir shop that the Metro cops were guarding and use their radio to talk to Barney, who says a bunch of nothing. There seems to be a Combine wall blocking the path. Luckily, a Combine APC drives by, and you can use this opportunity to quickly get in. The entrance to the apartments is here, where some citizens get arrested in retail. The apartment section is also much shorter. In retail, we get an entire map that only takes place in the apartments. In the beta, the entire section is only a few seconds long and takes place on Trainstation 02 instead of having a bonus Trainstation 03 map. A citizen shows up, opens the door for us, and we make our way to the rooftops. Trainstation 02 from September of 2003 finally has a green monitor, but only on the inside of the train station. Barney's friend is in a different place, but the story plays out the same. One of the Combine walls got replaced with a fence, and some citizens were added in the background. The Combine APC was replaced with a buggy, and now we can move on to Trainstation 04 from retail, which used to be called Trainstation 03 in the beta, because the beta had no apartment section. In the retail, the player has to run away from some Metro cops, get on the rooftop, see a gunship, do some platforming, avoid being shot by Metro cops, get into a building, break some stairs, get knocked out by Metro cops and saved by Alex, go down an elevator and load into Trainstation 05. In the beta on Trainstation 03 from 2003, the idea was almost the same. You had to go around the building, go up a ladder, do some platforming and use a window to get in the building. The stairs, however, do not break and the way down is much longer. But I am guessing this was just a prototype and not how Valve intended it to be in the final build. Trainstation 03 Vis. I don't know if that was supposed to be a G-Man side thing or a joke by the developers, but after playing through so much stuff, seeing G-Man casually fly in a train made me laugh for 5 minutes. Trainstation 03 from September of 2003. The layout is a lot more like Half-Life 2, but there are no NPCs, except for a buggy that just drives itself. Some Vortigons and one Metro Cop can be seen outside of a window. So originally the rooftop section was not supposed to be a part of a chase sequence, but rather something that showed the player what is going on in City 17. The map ends with the player getting locked in a hallway with no exit. Literally my worst nightmare. Before continuing with Dr. Kleiner's lab, I want to go back and take a look at some maps that were supposed to be in the campaign but got cut. These maps would play out after the player went through the second half of the plaza. After going up the elevator, the player was supposed to enter a building and load into C1702, which unfortunately is not present in any of the beta leaks. What we have is C1703, 04 and 05. C1703 is extremely boring. All there is to do is walk through a construction area, look at some stuff, go up an elevator, and load into C1704. In one of the builds, you literally have to jump into a dumpster to progress, and that's exactly where the map ended up being, in a dumpster. Now, C1704. An ominous man called the Consul is shown on a bunch of screens. He is supposed to be the so-called human leader of the Combine. The layout for the first build is quite simple. You walk some more, go up some stairs, walk some more, go down some stairs, and that is it. As you can tell, the beta had a lot of walking. Also, what the hell is it with Valve and stairs? Stop placing stairs everywhere, please. 0412 is almost the same, except the last area is a bit extended. In 0422, a new alleyway that the player could explore was added, and the Citadel seems to have gone on a diet. Some of the new geometry gives me a very strong Trainstation 02 vibe, which is probably, why this was later made into that map. The going upstairs area has been changed to be longer and leads to a very nice looking Citadel vista. Going down the stairs, it seems that Valve was maybe intending for the player to go straight to the Citadel, or maybe this wall was used to showcase that the Citadel is very important and that the Combine are doing their best to protect it. C170430 makes even more changes. The lighting is brighter and the Citadel seems to have stopped dieting. Look at that beast. The vista now looks like this and the walls around it are a bit brighter. In C170430 0434, the going upstairs part got replaced with a slow elevator, and the Citadel Vista is very different. Valve did not seem to like the idea of having a wall around it, so they just added a lot of buildings nearby and called it a day. A whole new building has been added in the last part of the map, and this building is none other than the Manhack Arcade. And we'll talk about this a bit later, but before that, a few builds later, in C170439, the ground received some retexturing and the Manhack Arcade is gone, except it's not. A new version of it can be found out of bounds. In C170440, the new version of the Manhack Arcade can be seen in front of the Citadel Vista. It's even possible to go inside the arcade, and yes, I will go inside a bit later. C170441, the arcade seems to have received another redesign. Moving on to C1705, it seems like the concept was for the player to enter the Manhack Arcade after getting to the big combine wall in the old builds of C1704. In case some of you are not familiar with the beta lore, let me just read the wiki article. In this entertainment place, the player was to see citizens playing a video game where they control manhacks flying through the streets and killing fugitive citizens for points, ignorant of the fact that the manhacks they are controlling are real and that people are actually dying as a result. The interior of the arcade changed many times throughout development. That brings me to Arcade 01. Valve got rid of the old design and replaced it with something a bit more sinister. Instead of using a keyboard to control the arcade, the citizens would control everything using their eyes. Basically VR plus brain control. Valve really was ahead of their time. In Arcade 03, the entire area was extended to have another room where more gas mask citizens would wait in line to play some other type of game. By Arcade 05, the mappers were already trying to implement the entrance to the arcade from C1704, and this new blue door led to yet another new place that was outside of the arcade. Arcade 06. Barney was at it. He was supposed to meet you here and then lead you to Dr. Kleiner's lab. So I am guessing this entire area was supposed to be an entrance to the lab. Arcade 06A and Arcade 06B. The arcade's appearance was changed to look like what C1704 looked like during that time. Some more geometry was added in at the end of the map, but these roads do not lead anywhere. Finally, we can move on to Dr. Kleiner's lab, aka Trainstation 05. In retail, after saving us, Alex talks for a bit, opens a secret doorway to the lab, we meet Kleiner, Barney shows up, and I mean, come on, you saw this entire scene a million times already, come on. First we have Proto Teleport from 2001. It's a concept for Kleiner's teleporter. Alex is in it, which is kind of interesting considering she was not even planned to be in any of the lab scenes back then. Lab 01 from 2002. The starting area has the same color palette as the last area from Arcade 06, confirming that these maps were connected. The layout is extremely bare bones, but the lab was much bigger, even including an extra room that was to be connected with the room where the Freeman gets his HEV suit in retail. Oh, and one small thing, the entire lab used to be connected to another big room where Kleiner's teleporter was located. I think Valve realized it would not make sense for Kleiner to have such a big lab, so it got downsized. That and, well, people probably would not be able to run big detailed environments on their 486.
It opens the door to a wide variety of new gameplay mechanics. This will run on my 486.
There are no scripted sequences, but it's still fun to just explore the entire area and every corner to get an idea of what could have been. Kleiner. Yeah, that's the name. For a beta, the amount of detail is kind of insane. Some places have even more detail than the final release. I think it's just better if I show you a comparison. Remember when I said Alex was not supposed to be in the lab scene? Well, because of that, the dialogue was also very different. First of all, you're gonna hear some extra dialogue because the story was very different, and second of all, some of the quotes you hear in retail are gonna be present, and we're gonna have different takes of them.
Hey, Doc. Dr. Kleiner. Look who's here.
Blast that little... Where did she get to? Blast that little... Where did she get to? Lamar, come out of there! Lamar, come out of there!
Doc, someone here to meet you.
Uh-oh, everything all right, Dr. Kleiner?
Oh, hello, Alex.
What is it, Barney? Another fugitive? You can't keep dragging in every stray you...
Well, almost all right. Lamar has gotten out of her crate again. If I didn't know better, I'd suspect Barney of trapping and...
Oh, my goodness.
I thought that would get your attention.
Is it really? Gordon Freeman. I had given up hope. It is Gordon, isn't it?
My goodness. Gordon Freeman. It really is you, isn't it?
I never understood why everyone in retail is so casual about seeing Gordon Freeman for the first time in 20 years. I feel like the beta lines were delivered a bit better.
And why? Why on earth did you bring him here, Barney? If they follow him here, my work is ruined.
It's okay, Doc. Relax. So far, we haven't set off any alarms. Though, we should keep moving.
Well, if you say so, but I really think this is most unwise. It could jeopardize not only Gordon's mission, but years of my research.
We can't keep him here long, Doc. It'll jeopardize everything we've worked for.
Don't worry, he's coming with me.
Don't mind him, Gordon. We've all been on edge.
I do apologize, Gordon. Of course, I'm delighted to see you. Absolutely delighted. You look a bit pale, but nothing like... By God, Barney, they'll be scouring the city. Are you sure it's worth the risk?
Just get him in his suit and I can get him off to Eli's.
Eli's? But Dr. Mossman has been waiting for him.
Oh, and how's that supposed to work exactly?
Oh yeah, Eli and Dr. Mossman did not originally work together and had two separate bases, but more to that in a future video if I end up making a future video.
I'll have to call her right away. I'm sure she'll think of something. I must say, it's unfortunate they couldn't have found a way to deliver you directly to Kraken Base. It's extremely secure.
Eli's place is a hell of a lot closer, but I'm not taking Gordon out in his civvies.
Doc, since he's not taking the streets, you might as well get him out of his civvies.
Okay, so the scripted sequence stopped working past this point, probably because it was unfinished, but no need to worry. I looked through the game files and found a bunch of voice lines and then put them in order to create a comprehensible scene.
Excellent point. Yes, the sooner you're suited up, the better. Let's brush the dust off the old outfit, shall we?
What? Oh dear, you're right. I almost forgot. Barney, I'll give you the honor.
I expect you'll be pleased to see this after your hazardous journey. I can't vouch for the carbonation, but still there's a choice of diet or regular.
Knock it off, Doc.
I just thought Gordon might be a bit parched.
You are an odd duck. Here we go. Ah! Hey, get that thing away from me!
Here we go. Ah! Damn it, get it off me!
Lamar, there you are.
I thought you got rid of that pest.
Lamar, there you
I
are.
thought you got rid of that pest.
Certainly not.
Certainly not.
Never fear, Gordon. She's debeaked and completely harmless.
Never fear, Gordon. She's debeaked and completely harmless.
The worst you might do is attempt to couple with your head, fruitlessly.
The worst she might do is attempt to couple with your head, fruitlessly.
I don't know how you can stand to keep that thing around after what it did to your partners.
Lamar never hurt a fly. She was raised in captivity. Here, my pet. Up, up, up.
Here, my pet. Hop up.
No, not up there.
No, not up there.
No, those are quite fragile.
No. Careful, Lamar. Those are quite fragile.
Oh, fie. It'll be another week before I can coax her out of there.
Oh, fie. It'll be another week before I can coax her out of there.
Maybe I can convince her to stay longer.
Yeah, longer if we're lucky.
Well, Gordon, go ahead. Slip into your suit now.
Well, Gordon, go ahead. Slip into your suit now.
Well, Gordon, I see you've slipped into your HEV suit.
Well, Gordon, I see your HEV suit still fits you like a glove. At least, the glove parts do.
I've made a few adjustments, but still in all, it should be the suit you remember.
I've made a few modifications, but I'll just acquaint you with the essentials.
Let's familiarize you with the basic functions, and we can be on our way.
Now, let's see. The Mark V Hazardous Environment Suit has been redesigned for comfort and utility. Oh dear.
Doc, we don't have time for this.
Now, Over here, you will see a collection of charging mechanisms.
At least get that suit juiced up, Gordon.
Good idea. There's a charger on the wall.
We have enabled the HEV suit to draw power from a variety of common combine charging systems using a standard UBC interface.
I've modified your suit to draw power from combine energy outlets, which are plentiful wherever they patrol.
This will allow you to avail yourself of the same devices utilized by the Metro Police and Combine military.
So always look for the Combine label.
At any rate, power up your suit and we'll move on to health practices. Now, the same interface is often useful in treating injuries. If you come across a Combine automedic like this one, you seem to be slightly fatigued. Why don't you go ahead and administer some healing agents as well?
Okay, gang, time's a-wasting.
Meanwhile, let's get this show on the road.
I'm gonna need to send word out to Eli and smooth the way for Gordon to get out of town.
I told you, Barney. I intend to solicit Dr. Mossman's advice. I doubt she'll approve of sending him into the wilderness as much as I agree he would be safer outside the city.
Look, Doc, I don't tell you how to conduct your experiments, so don't you tell me how to run my operation.
Ordinarily, I would agree. But Gordon is a special case. We can't just send him into the wilderness with a sharpened stick and our best wishes. He needs to go somewhere his education can be put to good use. Now, let's proceed, shall we? This way, Gordon.
Mossman's just gonna tell you what I've been saying. Get him to Eli's place, and Eli can take it from there.
Kleiner, is that you?
Isaac, are you there?
Yes, good morning, Elena.
Yes, Eli. Bit of a holdup on this end.
Did you call to chat, or is there some point to this? I'm running a critical sequence right now.
Well, I think you'll agree this is critical as well. I'm standing here with my old protege, Gordon Freeman.
You'll never guess who found his way into our lab this morning.
Are you kidding me? Freeman? What's he doing there?
That's not who I think it is.
Well, it's a bit of a mystery, actually.
You're telling me he's in City 17? That's the worst place he could be.
It was a surprise to me as well, I assure you.
Tell her I'll smuggle him out to Eli's place.
We were wondering if Eli's colony might not be the best place for him right now. As my man here points out, it has the advantage of being much more accessible than Kraken.
Your man?
Accessible? You mean vulnerable? They'll be crawling all over those rocks if the Combine gets wind of him? No, we need to get him down here where it's safe and I can put him to work. Eli's facilities are too primitive to make use of him. They're more suited to mechanics than research scientists. No, just port him over. I'll clear the receiver for the transmission.
Port? As in teleport?
Yes, is something wrong? I've run 7 sequences without a single failure. The initial protocol you developed and then another I devised with the new specs. Don't tell me, of all people, you aren't functional yet.
Certainly not. I mean, I certainly am.
What?
Since you declined to reconsider your treatment of the boring old vector bundles, I've been operating under the assumption that you're far ahead of me.
No, everything here is in complete order. I'd like to see your new protocol. Did you make use of my suggestions regarding Calabai Yao's space?
Another time, Kleiner.
Certainly. Barney, the rotor coils will need your attention, as before.
You're not serious.
Gordon, you heard Dr. Mossman. They can make immediate use of your expertise at Kraken Base, and this is the swiftest way of getting you there.
But Doc, the last time you tried this... You mean it's working? For real this time?
I've made major strides since then, Barney. Major strides.
We've made major strides since then. Major strides.
What cat?
Is there a problem?
No problem.
I'm telling you, we should be heading for Eli's.
His teleport is still in pieces. You've got no way to get there except on foot.
Sometimes the old ways are the best.
Well, Gordon, since it appears Barney would rather call you a taxi cab than trust us in our area of expertise.
All right, Doc. But I gotta tell you, I've got a bad feeling about this.
Gordon, if you'll be so good as to climb up and manipulate the crystal insertion device. I'm not sure if you've had much opportunity to take part in a real scientific enterprise in the last decade, so this ought to be rather nostalgic for you. There you are. Fairly simple. One needn't be a licensed crane operator to manage it.
We're not out of the woods yet.
Now, if you'll climb down into the chamber, we can begin in earnest. Excellent. All set, Barney?
Yeah, except for this gnawing certainty of doom.
No, there's nothing to be nervous about.
No, there's nothing to be nervous about.
What cat?
Let's see. The massless field flux should self-limit, and I've clamped the manifold parameters to CY base LG orbifold, Hilbert inclusive. Let's see. The massless field flux should self-limit, and I've clamped the manifold parameters to CY base and LG orbifold, Hilbert inclusive. Barney, there's a little dial with a nameplate under it that says Yokawa. Can you please read me that number?
9973793.37. Are you writing this down?
That's not necessary. Just checking for potential moduli interference in the interstices. Conditions could hardly be more ideal. Conditions could hardly be more ideal.
That's what you said last time, to that poor cat.
That's what you said last time.
Hey, yeah, about that cat.
I didn't tell Gordon about the cat. Maybe I should have.
Let's not dwell on our mishaps, shall we? Initializing in 3, 2, 1.
Initializing in 3, 2, 1.
Stage 2. Barney, please throw the switch.
Barney, if you'd be so kind.
We're ready to project you, Dr. Freeman. Have a safe journey and best of luck with your future endeavors.
We're ready to project you, Gordon. Bon voyage, and best of luck in your future endeavors.
I had to turn the cat right side out again, Gordon, to make sure it was a cat.
Final sequence. I've got this one.
It's all you, Doc.
Now.
Final sequence.
What the hell?
The hell?
Lamar! No!
What is it? It's your freaking
head humper! That damn thing! Look out! No!
No!
Lamar, Henry, look out!
Well, I confess I'm a bit surprised that actually worked. I guess Kleiner is farther along than I thought. Welcome to Kraken Base, Dr. Freeman, our home beneath the sea. It's an honor and a pleasure to finally meet you. I've heard so much about your part in the Black Mesa incident. I don't suppose Dr. Kleiner has told you a thing about me. I'm Elena Mossman, Kraken's director, although we don't use formal titles down here. I'm just another researcher doing my part for the Resistance. Now, let me get you out of there. Wait a minute. What the hell?
He's back!
Oh, fie! And it was going so well. I'll see if I can hold him.
There he is! It's Lamar with him! Get about that thing! I'm getting him out of there.
You can't just wade into the field. It'll peel you apart.
Get him out of there. Can't just wade into the field. It will peel you apart.
I just lost Freeman. What the hell's going on?
Just lost Gordon. What's going on?
I wish I knew. I'm encountering unexpected interference.
I wish I knew. I'm encountering unexpected interference.
We'll get him back here. Now!
I'm trying.
Don't worry, Gordon. Don't worry, Gordon.
What's the meaning of this? Who are you? How did you get in here? What's the meaning of this? Who are you? How did you get in here?
I see him. Cut the juice. Gordon, stand back. I'm gonna try to break out this window.
What's going on in there? You're pouring smoke into my lab!
Nothing, Elena. Just a minor discrepancy.
This is a significant development. As soon as I hear from my contact, we can make our move. The only potential drawback is that man, the one I saw. There he is again. The man I saw. I'm all but certain it was Gordon Freeman.
That's it, Kleiner. I've got to protect my work.
Yes, very good, Doctor. Gordon, can you see us? Things ought to have stabilized sufficiently.
See if you can climb out through there. And hurry. We sort of blew our cover.
One moment. Is Lamar in there with you?
For the last time, forget about that thing.
She's helpless without me. Lamar? Hetty?
Holy crap. Dr. Kleiner! Ah, Doc, you poor sap. Well, we're not gonna do anyone any good hanging around here. Let's get out before the roof caves in. Follow me. Looks like we're going the long way after all.
Okay, so by this point you are probably extremely deep into the lore or just asleep. Over the next few versions, the big teleporter room got removed and a city scanner got placed here, showcasing that Dr. Kleiner was researching them. E3 Lab and D1 Trainstation 05 from 2003 is where many changes were made again. Dr. Kleiner has a seizure and some city scanners find the lab. My game probably broke, but in the E3 demo, the lab ends up getting attacked by a Strider. However, that was probably not what Valve intended the game to be like and was likely only put there to confuse those who had played the leaked beta. I mean, come on, why would they give the player an SMG so early? D1 Trainstation 05 is the last version we have of the lab, and it was supposed to start with the player meeting Alex, instead of being saved by her earlier on. The voice lines used are the same ones used in retail, except the entire sequence was, again, supposed to be a bit longer.
Check this out. The last newspaper ever printed, and this guy on the cover, Gordon Freeman, sure looks a lot like you. But this was a long time ago. How could you be the same guy? Mysterious, aren't you? Hi, I'm Alex Vance. Gordon Freeman, right? I hope you made it here without too much trouble. I wondered if I was gonna have to go out and get you. My dad says that back at Black Mesa, you couldn't walk into a room without breaking a beaker or making the microwave oven explode. I see you're living up to your reputation already. Well, come on. Dr. Kleiner's waiting. We've all been waiting. Here, let me buy you a drink. Let me buy you a drink. Diet or regular?
We owe a great deal to Dr. Freeman, even if trouble does tend to follow in his wake. We owe a great deal to Dr. Freeman, even if trouble does tend to follow in his wake. All the more reason to keep to our original schedule.
Have you heard from my father yet?
I was just about to contact him.
Man, Gordon, you stirred up the hive. Man, Gordon, you hear those sirens out there? You stirred up the hive.
Don't worry, he's coming with me. Don't worry, he's coming with me.
Really? I thought you had enough trouble getting through alone.
We're not going on foot.
We'll inaugurate the new teleport with a double transmission. We'll inaugurate the new teleport with a double transmission. First Alex, and then Gordon.
Ah! Damn it, get it off me! Ah! Get that thing away from me! I don't know how you can stand to keep that thing around after what it did to your partners.
Lamar never hurt a fly. She was raised in captivity.
Meanwhile, let's get this show on the road.
You need my help with anything?
No offense, Barney, but it's been a long time since I've had the assistance of Dr. Freeman.
Considering what happened the last time you guys worked together, maybe that's a good thing.
That's not who I think it is it?
Indeed it is, and it's our intention to send him packing straight away in the company of your lovely daughter.
That's not who I think it is it?
Indeed it is, and it's our intention to send him packing straight away in the company of your lovely daughter.
Dr. Freeman? Gordon, I'll be seeing you here in just a few moments.
Splendid!
We ain't out of the woods yet.
My relief is almost palpable.
Fantastic work, Izzy.
My relief is almost palpable.
This is phenomenal. Fantastic work, Izzy.
Good job, Gordon. Throwing that switch and all. I can see your MIT education really pays for itself. Good job, Gordon. Throwing that switch and all. I can see your MIT education really pays for itself. And your work with the extension cord. Man, beautiful stuff.
Hetty, no! Lamar, Hetty, no!
Look out!
What's going on, Judy?
I'm not sure. It seems to be some kind of interference.
Gordon, stay put. We'll get you out of there.
Something is drawing him away.
He's coming through, Dad.
I see him. He's not quite there. What's going on, Judith?
I'm not sure. It seems to be some kind of interference.
Gordon, stay put. We'll get you out of there.
Something is drawing him away.
I don't understand. There's no other receiver that could...
What's the meaning of this? Who are you? How did you get in here? What's the meaning of this? Who are you? How did you get in here? Where did you come from? Help! Help now! Can that be who I think it is? Aren't you Gordon Freeman? Guards! In here now! Hold it there!
There he is! Oh, we're losing him again.
There he is!
Oh, we're losing him again.
Hold the signal, Judith.
I can't!
The man I saw, I'm all but certain it was Gordon Freeman. This is a significant development. As soon as I hear from my contact, we can make our move. The only potential drawback is that man, the one I saw. There he is again!
Now on to Trainstation 06. In retail, during Trainstation 05, you get teleported behind Kleiner, must escape from some city scanners, and then load into Trainstation 06. During Trainstation 06, Barney tells the player to find a way out of City 17, gives him the crowbar, city scanners and metro cops show up, which leads to an intense chase, Gordon escapes and loads into Canals 01. In the beta, things were a bit different. Because the map layout of the train station from Trainstation 01 is being used, the game sends you from Trainstation 05 to Trainstation 01. The teleport sequence is almost the same, with the only difference being that after the player gets teleported outside of the lab, a Metrocop notices him and he starts, shooting at him. Barney appears and starts a gunfight with another Metrocop. We get a pistol and continue our way through the train station, where even more Metrocops show up. Barney tells you to keep going. He will cover you. And that is the end. Half-Life 2's story would have continued a different way in the early 2001 beta. Nobody really knows exactly how some of these maps would have connected, but I believe that sometime after going to Kleiner's lab, the player would get on a bus and go on a city tour, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that would either lead to the Canals or Ravenholm. We are finally done with the train station stuff, and that means we can move on to the Canals. But before that, I feel like people will hunt me down if I don't mention some of the other City 17 test maps. So here's a short summary of what I found. First, Big Wall. A screen showing a bunch of Dr. Breens and G-Men committing child labor. Typical beta stuff. I also found 3 City 17 prototype maps that are just a big layout of the entire city. You can drive around them if you want to, but none of this really ended up being in the game. I think it was just a concept for what City 17 was supposed to be. Proto C17 Combine. I think this is where some of the promotional screenshots were taken. And lastly, City Test, the OG Free TV's map showcased in 2000. No, the scripted sequences do not work, but yeah, the map is here, and if I do not mention it, people will eat me. Anyway, let's move on to Root Canal, and let's start with Canals 01 and Canals 01A. The reason I will talk about them at the same time is because the beta had no Canals 01A. Every single idea was just cramped into one map. In the retail, you save 2 NPCs from a few Metro cops, jump on a moving train, start a big fight with the Metro Police, go up some stairs, shoot some more Metro cops through glass, jump in the water, find a Vortigaunt and a citizen, and load into Canals 01A. The Barnacle gets introduced, a guy gets shot, you run away, see a combined APC, talk to a citizen, cause a bunch of chaos, kill a million Barnacles, swim while trying to avoid explosive barrels, go into a hole in the wall, and load into Canals 02. Canals 01 from 2003 had the same concept but was a lot shorter. Jumping on the train results in getting to the water part instantly instead of having to fight a bunch of Metrocops. You then meet a guy called Boxcar Philly. Hey there, over here. I'm Boxcar Philly. Blah 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 blah. We get to a section with a bunch of barnacles. Even though it was cut, I'm pretty sure it's exactly what inspired this part in the retail. We see a combine APC, some guy is hiding in the sewers, Metrocops are looking for us, and after killing even more barnacles, Canals 02 just loads in. Canals 01 from September 2003. The idea of having a train past the player gets implemented, but you do not have to jump on it to get to the next section, and the big Metrocop fight still does not exist. What exists is the going upstairs part, but the map has no scripted sequences or combat. Jumping down in the water now leads to the container box, where the Freeman meets a citizen and a Vortigaunt.
Who the hell are you busting in here?
Leave him be. He's known to us.
So? Known to you? What's he to me?
He's here to help us all. Let him pass.
I'll let him pass, alright. I'll let you pass. You know, damn Vortigaunt.
Go quickly and do not look back.
What he said.
The APC got replaced with a buggy, and now a helicopter can be seen looking for us, teasing the chase that will happen in Canals 02. Speaking of that, in the final build, Canals 02 starts with a puzzle, followed by a helicopter chase where we have to quickly find cover while trying to get away from the helicopter. We find a door, go into the canals, kill some barnacles that are blocking the way, escape the helicopter using a back door, and load into Canals 03. Canals 02 had multiple names during development. Sewer 01 was one of them. The earliest version is from 2002, and while it does have a similar layout, its visuals were obviously a bit more dark and gritty, and there was no helicopter chasing the player. The way to get into the canals was to jump into a hole. Everything down in the canals is the same as in the retail, except worse and a lot more confusing. In Sewer 0151J, a new structure that might be the Citadel gets added in, and as you can tell, Half-Life 2's art design was also starting to change. The entrance to the canals is now a bit bigger, and it's a bit more difficult to get lost. In 2003, Valve changed the map's name to Under 01, and oh my god, is that another Citadel model? How many have we seen so far? Under 01 B. I hope I did not forget any B. Look, a door that can be opened. The old entrance to the canals was removed and replaced with a locked door. I don't want to bore you to death with the other changes, so I want to share an interesting fact. Originally, Valve was planning on using this map's layout as Trainstation 04, putting it before Dr. Kleiner's lab. What is interesting is that the player starts on top of a train and has to jump down in the water before getting into the canals and doing the whole canal shtick. Canals 03. In the retail, you find a citizen, get ambushed by manhacks, find this place, fight metro cops, jump down into the canals, get attacked by more metro cops, get jump scared by a zombie, go underwater to progress, get on these pipes, not in that way, avoid some barnacles, off-world relocate some metro cops, cause a nuclear explosion in the manhack room, solve a puzzle, load into Canals 05, go up a ladder, metro cops again, blah 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 blah, and everything else is not really relevant for the comparison. In the beta, Canals 03 used to be called Sewer 02, and it started at the part where the player gets ambushed by the metro cops in retail. The drop down is similar, but none of the beta versions had the metro cop drop down from the ceiling here or the zombie jump scare in the vent. I don't know why, but the hole up here changed a million times throughout development, from being 2 holes to then only being a bigger one, a smaller one, and an even smaller one later on, which was kept in the retail. The ceiling was also a bit lower in the beta. The zombie jump scare holes went from being wide open to both being completely blocked to then one being open in the final release. Unlike in retail, there is no underwater section that the player needs to go through to get to the pipes part. You can just walk through a hole in the wall and voila, you're here. What is different is the part where you would normally have to kill barnacles, but the idea is still very similar. See this room? It's what inspired the nuclear explosion manhack section in the final build. Even the part where the player has to go up a ladder is present, although in the beta it was only there for the player to get some extra supplies and not to progress to the level. Then on the same map we would be introduced to what later became the layout for Canals 05 and retail. In Sewer 0225 the lighting was much darker and the canal used to be more closed off. The biggest difference is that the player can climb up here and then jump to the next part instead of having to jump on a barrel. By Sewer 0251C, the lighting was changed to be a bit more bright and the canals were a bit more open. Sewer 0251J is where Valve added those windows, or whatever they are called, and included a new gameplay section that got completely cut, where the player had to shoot some metro cops from above. In 2003, the map's name changed from Sewer 02 to Under 03. In Under 03 Older, the metro cops drop from the ceiling. In Under 03, the path that could be used to get to the next part here got removed and replaced with a ladder. We find a rebel outpost called Team Hobo Camp, and a bunch of manhacks ambush us. After that, the metro cops drop from the ceiling and the player goes up some stairs to get to the next section. Under 03 from September 2003 is the last version we have, and it's by far the most interesting one. The ladder was replaced with a broken one, and the only way to progress is to jump on a prop. The citizens in the outpost are chilling near a fire when all of a sudden a million manhacks show up out of nowhere and kill everyone. We then get another new section where a citizen tells us to close the door behind us and make some stuff explode to destroy the manhacks. Some of the metro cops above are throwing explosive barrels down, and that causes a big fire. We go up the stairs and load into the next map. Canals 04 does not exist in the final build. Canals 03 goes straight into Canals 05. Some people believe that Valve made a mistake and did not name things properly, but I do not think that is the case. Canals 04 existed during the beta, and the only reason why it's missing from retail is because it was later repurposed to be D3C1708, the last map in the Anti-Citizen 1 chapter. That means D3C1708 was just supposed to be a normal Canals map during the beta. In retail, the player gets here, fights manhacks, moves some props out of the way, gets on some pipes, enters a vent, fights more manhacks and combined soldiers, solves a puzzle, watches some zombies and combined soldiers fight each other, jumps down, go up and get into a big factory, I guess, uses a platform or elevator to go up, and everything else is not really relevant for the comparison. Development of C1708 started around 2002, and its first name was Sewer Steam. As you can tell, the first version was very, well, let's just say work in progress, and only the factory interior existed. Sewer Steam 2 includes the opening area that is also in the retail, and that leads straight to the factory, which received a visual update. Now it's even possible to go down here, but there's obviously not a lot to do. In Sewer Steam 3, the going down part got extended, and look at that. It's almost the exact same layout from retail. What you have probably already noticed is that the map used to be played in reverse in the beta. Sewer Steam 4, the starting area got connected with a different room, which you can probably recognize as the part where the Combine soldiers ambush you from above. The factory is now greener, and by far the biggest change is at the end. We have to jump in the sewers, go in a hole, and get to an extremely creepy place to progress. In 2003, sewer steam was replaced with Under 04. A lot of physics props were put everywhere, the soldier stairs part received an overhaul, metro cups now drop down from the ceiling in the factory, and the previous ending area was replaced with a ladder. Under 04B, a corridor was put between the factory and the Combine stair section, but there is no physics puzzle yet. The last part was replaced again, this time with some kind of combat encounter where the player has to kill a bunch of metro cups before going down some stairs. Under 04 from September 2003. Some garbage was put here, head crabs are now everywhere, one of the bridges is broken like in the final build, and the only way to get to the next map is to just use a ladder. Next is something that goes by the name Under 05. If you are a Half-Life veteran, then you have probably already realized that what is on the screen right now was later repurposed as Citadel 01 in the retail, which means the map that takes place in the final act in retail was just supposed to be a Canals area in the beta. Yes, the colors are different, but the idea is kind of the same. I was only able to find a few versions of this map, and some of them end with the player having to jump into a big hole. Keep that in mind. Under 05 is very short, but what is fascinating is just how perfectly it connects to the map called Sewer. The map starts with us jumping down a hole and finding a very big mine/canals area. I have played through around 5 builds of Sewer and all of them looked and played the exact same, so I'm only gonna talk about this once. The level design is very confusing and there are no loading zones. The closest thing I could find that might tell us what could have happened next is the elevator that goes up. I think the idea was for the player to go up the elevator and then load into Water Hazard. Speaking of Water Hazard, this is a chapter that was completely different during the beta. Matter of fact, it was so different that I don't really have anything to compare the beta maps with. The first map I want to showcase is Canals 01, not to be mistaken with Canals 01 from retail. In the Canals 01 version of Canals 01, the player would start in the canals, get out of the canals, and find a red bull squid in the canals. Yes, I love canals, and yes, bull squids were planned for Half-Life 2, but ended up being cut because Valve had no idea how to implement them. Some fast headcrabs show up and they are using the headcrab textures from Half-Life 1. This place is probably what inspired some of the Water Hazard maps later on. You find a rebel outpost with a gas mask citizen just chilling there. By Canals 0110, the starting area was changed to have the player start at a high point. That makes sense, especially if the order I put the maps in is correct. In the previous map, we went up an elevator. Before that, we saw this in the distance, which had a similar looking color palette to what we are standing on right now. Water got implemented, some of the bull squids got removed, more detail was added, and the path to the rebel outpost was blocked by some wood and crates. Huh, Borealis. Interesting. Tell me everything you know. Canals 0115. The entire starting area was changed again. Valve added a new optional path that the player can take to avoid the entire water section, which is kind of nice. Oh yeah, just have a turret shoot the player when he is not looking. Great level design, Valve. I love how much detail they put in the optional areas. This small town gives me a Ravenholm feeling. The Hound Eyes from Half-Life 1 are back and they seem to have lost some weight. I will give you a better look very soon. What? Did you just... What? Stop! Hey, stop that! Canals 02-001. Some metro cops and a helicopter ambush us and oh, look! Gas mask citizens cooking a head crab. Very similar to that Vortigaunt Easter egg from the final build. Wait a minute, this is the same layout used in the retail Canals 08. Everything is kind of starting to make sense now. In 2002, even though the map kept its name, the layout was replaced with something very different. We get ambushed by bull squids and hound eyes. Look at this guy. Why would anyone fear him? Canals 02 from 2003 is where the developers decided to add a buggy to the level. I think an airboat or sorry, a mud skipper was planned but wasn't finished yet. No, this isn't an art pass. Thanks, Valve. Anyway, the buggy drowns, obviously. We must continue on foot, fight some metro cops along the way, jump over some obstacles, kill more metro cops in a very nice looking area, and then load into Ravenholm. Now, by far, the most interesting version of this version of Canals 02 was the one from September of 2003. There are no no bull squids, hound eyes, or metro cops. The path is blocked by a gate, and a citizen behind the gate tells you to swim under it and meet him around the corner. That sounded like a way to get mugged, so I passed. The second half is where things get a bit more interesting. Bull squids return, and one of them annihilates 6 headcrabs in 2 seconds. What follows gave me a very strong retail vibe. Even though this entire area ended up being removed, fighting metro cops in such a big open space, surrounded by all of these similar looking buildings, is something that I would have expected to see in Half-Life 2. Bull squid enter water like crocodiles. Player must deal with bull squid in swimming situation. Interesting concept. Too bad the bull squids are busy eating grass or something. The map ends with a chopper showing up and pursuing the player in a very nice looking canal part before loading into the next level. 3 more maps. Let's go. Proto Riverbed. Not much to say other than the fact that it gives me a very strong Canals 06 vibe. Canal jet ski. Yes, originally the airboat was supposed to be a jet ski. The controls on this thing are just non-existent. No matter what you do, it just keeps spinning in all directions. I kind of like how its steering wheel has the same look as the airboat. The map is nothing too special, but it seems like a lot of effort went into designing it, and that's a shame, because it was just cut. Lastly, D1 Canals end from September of 2003. We find a citizen who tells us to go find 5 propane tanks and put them in his boat. The propane tanks are in an area that can only be reached by using the crane mechanic. After that, the boat starts moving, and the helicopter that was following us a few maps ago returns and must be dealt with. Oh, god damn it. Oh, I did not save. Oh, no.
You must be new down here.
You know what? Just watch this video. Getting past the helicopter would have led to Ravenholm, and that is the end. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you'd like to see more. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.